let's keep this shit moving and find out what's eating Hannibal.
Let's do it. What's eating Hannibal, baby? I'm ready.
Okay.
Women drivers, people who talk during the movie, customers who cannot make up their mind while ordering food.
They shit on LA, they shit on Chicago, they shit on Miami, they shit on New Jersey.
New Yorkers, Atlanta Falcon fans, possibly people from Alaska.
They hate Canadians, they hate the South, they hate the rain, they hate the snow, they hate murder, they hate crime, they hate fucking everything. They hate the Knicks when they're winning, they hate the Knicks when they're losing.
Indecisive morons, blithering idiots, humans. These people have formed a burning question. What is grinding Hannibal's gears?
It's the only piece of music on this show that was not produced by Team MFN, myself and Ace Wonder, and our third production partner, Johnny Facebook Famous Brasco, who has yet to be on the show. Anyway,
Truth.
Let's see. But anyway, hold on. I'm seeing R&D sent me a text. I'm trying to see what this is. Right.
Why is R&D texting right now? Doesn't he know we're doing a show?
Oh man, this is a great fucking story. Oh man, I wish I could. Okay, I'm gonna save that one for next time. We're gonna talk about that on tomorrow's episode.
All right,
that is so great. Oh, that's such a great text. All right,
so R&D gets a win every once in a while.
Every once in a while, right? So here we go. I was talking to a rapper friend of mine. Is a rapper I work with here in Atlanta. I've worked with on again, off again. For some years now, and this is a rapper who's been on the scene, and this is a rapper that's been on the scene and will actively, do shows and put out mixtapes and all kinds of stuff. And I'm purposefully not saying his name for a reason. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole other discussion. I'll get to that later. But I'm not saying his name because of how the nature of the conversation went. So the way the conversation went was this guy was doing all of these shows in Atlanta, and he's putting out projects, and he's doing all of this stuff, and he felt like the people within the community weren't supporting his art. They weren't like promoting and marketing. Like, so when they do projects or they do shows, he'll be on his Instagram, his Facebook, his Snapchat, like, yo, go check out this dude's music. Go check out this person's show. Go check out this person's merchandise. And like, he'll do stuff like he'll buy their merch, take pictures in it, put the pictures on Instagram, and Snapchat and all of that stuff. Like, he was all like super supportive of everybody else's stuff. But then when it came time to do his stuff, he wasn't feeling that same level of support. So he called me one day in a tiff, and Ace Wonder, this is Mr. Blackman I'm talking about, if you were curious. Yeah, I figured you eyes that way nobody else know who I'm talking about.
I know who y'all are talking about.
Yeah, you know who I was talking about, right? So anyway, we were talking, and he was just like, yo, man, I'm tired of these people. They don't support me on the scene, bro. I be doing all of this shit. I be supporting their shit, and they don't this and that and all this type of shit. Now, people that know me, anybody that knows Hannibal knows that one of my favorite phrases, I have like a list of Hannibalisms and statements that I say all the time. One of the things that I always say is support goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm supporting you, I expect that same level of support to be reciprocated. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to do it, but it definitely helps if support goes back and forth. Like, I help push you, you help push me. I promote you, you promote me. I market you, you market me. I help push your brand, you help push my brand, etc. That's how we all get better. The issue that he was feeling was like he was helping all these other people promote their brands, but nobody was helping promote his brand. So I told him, I said, well, maybe what you can do to help get traction is, maybe instead of like you demanding people support you, maybe if you rephrase the way that you ask people about this, or that. So he put a post online asking, people to support him. And he was like, look, I've been doing this music for a long time, and I really want you guys to, help me because I love doing this. This is my love. This is my passion. This is what I want to do with the rest of my life. And, he says, but I also need help. You know what I'm saying? So he made himself very vulnerable, very transparent. And there was a lot of people online that offered him emotional support. And that's what I want to talk about. That's what's eating Hannibal. Because what the fuck is emotional support? I don't know what that is.
Thoughts and prayers.
I don't know how to quantify it. I don't know how to measure it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to gauge that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I do know is actual support. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you were helping him, like if he's got a show and you helped him pass out flyers, that's support. If he did a project, you know, and you did a video on Instagram or Facebook, you know, with like his music playing in the background while you were doing everyday shit, like driving down the street or fucking folding clothes, if you at the gym working out, but then you had his music in the background, that's support. You know what I'm saying? Like buying his product, buying his merchandise, going out to his shows, telling other people to go to his shows. That's support. Moral support, I don't know what the fuck that is. And I don't know how you gauge it. I don't know how you quantify it. So when people be talking about, oh yeah, I'm giving you moral support, thoughts and prayers, that shit don't mean nothing to me. Because I can't measure that shit. I can't sell it. I can't use it. Like if I'm about to get evicted out of my house, I can't be like, look, I don't got your rent money, but I got tons of moral support.
Look, I love this apartment complex. I want to support it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, how do you morally support something? That's just the dumbest shit ever. Like, so look, here's the thing, and I'm gonna keep this one real brief. Moral support is not a real thing. It does not exist. It's like werewolves, fucking vampires, and big titty lesbians that want to have threesomes with me. All right, they don't exist. All right, so fucking stop trying to say that. Fucking stop trying to give people moral support. All right, like. You know why, and you know, and I'm not a fan of his in any capacity, but you know why Tyler Perry is such a huge success at the box office? Because of actual support.
He didn't accept moral support.
Exactly. Moral support is not a thing at all. Like, you know, you're like, whenever I ask people, it's like, yeah, name your favorite artist who you feel like should be more successful than they actually are. And then you start naming people. The reason they're not more successful is because they're getting too much moral support, which is nothing, and not getting actual support, which is what they need. And look, actual support, obviously money goes the furthest. I tell people all the time, cash is king, but it's not the only way to show that you love and support somebody.
Streamlabs.com/Hannibal and Monty show. Continue.
Yeah. So, like, look, it just moral support is not real. It does not exist. Okay, it is not a fucking thing. It is like the idea of Santa Claus or white Jesus. They don't exist. Stop perpetuating that bullshit. All right, it's like stop it. All right, moral support, emotional support, that means nothing. All right, there's like actual support. You know, is what people need. You know, so when you're supporting an artist or you're supporting a brand, you got to give actual support. Not fucking. If you can't measure it, you can't quantify it. If I can't see, touch, or feel what you did, then that shit doesn't count. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And it's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? People talk about how much they hate McDonald's, but you know why McDonald's is in business? Support. Actual financial support. You know what I'm saying? But that fucking corner store that you loved around or that corner cafe around the corner from your house that you used to love going to that went out of business, it went out of support. It went out of business because you were giving moral support instead of financial support. Hannibal. Emotional support is not a fucking thing. Stop saying that shit to people. Emotional support, moral support, thoughts and prayers. Fuck that shit. All right. If you're not solving the problem, then you're part of the problem. That's what's eating Hannibal.
Facts. Like I can't argue with that. Like anybody want to chime in on that? No.
No. Point well taken.
Like, I mean,
yeah, and it infuriates me because people do that shit all the time. Like, and while we were doing the Tyler Perry episode, this girl that was supposed to be a guest on the show, who I am 1,000% positive is not watching the show right at this moment. She was talking about, like, as I was shitting all on Tyler Perry, she was like, I hate when a black man is doing well and then other black people want to tear him down. She's like, why we can't let black people have nothing? You know, why can't we just show support? I'm like, bitch, you don't support me.
Yeah, we're doing this show right now. I don't see you in the chat.
You're not supporting me right now in real time. You know what I'm saying? So don't talk to me about supporting Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? Like we have so many albums that we've produced that we've put out. You know, my brother's album before I exit.
And I will be listening to that Monday while I do an art live stream.
Nice.
So
Nice.
just so y'all know, if y'all want to hear it, come pop into that live stream and check it out. It'll be playing while I'm drawing.
Monty, I love your art, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. It's a fucking like I said, there's a such thing as like act like there's a like real support. You can measure it, you can quantify it in some capacity. Moral support, emotional support, thoughts and prayers. That shit doesn't mean nothing. If you're not fixing the problem, you're part of the problem.
Yeah, man. Next time I see you, I'm gonna be sure to write you a check for like 800 thoughts and prayers.
Or you can be like
Don't spend it all in one place.
you can be like GE. He gives out Jesus points on his streams.
Oh,
And-
bro?
Yeah. So you can chime into his streams and win those. Like, we need to come up with the equivalent of something like that, like shit tokens maybe.
Yeah.
You can win shit tokens.
Yeah, man. Remember back in the day we used to give out strikes.
Oh yeah. We
Yeah.
use strike. Yeah, we
Emily
used to
sent you a
strike
hug,
back in the day
Hannibal.
Every time you did some lame shit.
Yes. So there we
And look,
go.
no, I'm not mad. I'm just passionate about this shit because it pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because people be like, "Oh yeah, I'm giving you moral support." That's nothing. That is
You are
nothing
so-
at all. Like you liking something isn't as important as you sharing something.
Yes.
Well, likes and shares, it sounds like Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
Very
even
much.
when you bring it into the social media thing, like, people will
Right.
always tell you, "I
People
got your
love-
back. I got your back. I'm with you with all this." But
Until you ask them to do something.
yeah, then you
Yeah.
put something out, and they're quiet when you're showing off your actual product. But when you put that plea out, how many? Because I've tested this on
Yeah.
my own personal Facebook. If any of you fuckers are listening, because this is broadcasting to Facebook, I'm calling you out as part of What's Eating Hannibal.
Yeah.
128 of you liked and commented on that motherfucker that said, "I would absolutely support something you did. This is something I'm doing." I don't see any of you that commented or liked that post here right now.
Yeah.
This is all strangers. Vapion, Rot Feast Tenders, Reese, we fucking love you. I don't know who the fuck you people are, but you have been here since day one.
Yeah. Fucking thrift store Dan.
Thrift
fucking-
Store Dan, I'm sorry, I forgot about you, Thrift Store Dan. You have been here since day one too. I'm so sorry, dude.
And it's just like and it's an interesting thing when you can get love and support, from people that never met you before, but then people that I know, that I grew up with, that I went to school with, people that have seen me without my mask on, bitches that I've been inside. It's like you motherfuckers can't give no support. Well,
Yeah.
the bitches I've been inside, I understand that. All those bitches hate my guts. All right. So,
You take the mask off?
Wait, what was that?
Do you take the mask off?
oh no, this shit stay on all the time. I ain't took this mask off in 11 years.
Yeah, man. I don't think I've seen your face since like 2006, 2007.
Yeah.
I'm like,
For real?
Yeah,
Yeah.
real talk,
And we're
real
two
talk.
people that he would take the mask off in front of.
Oh, yeah, no, I've seen you without the
Yeah.
mask years and years ago, and
Yeah.
I see you almost every day.
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
yeah. No, the mask.
I'm
this
pretty
this
new. Like, I
this
don't
is
know.
life. Yeah, this is it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Is there a reason?
yes.
Sorry, I'm not
Yes.
sure.
Yeah. Matter, and it's funny because nobody in the chat has ever asked that question. Like, why does he wear a mask? So,
Yeah.
Really?
shout out to all you
All
guys.
this time.
Yeah.
I think what happens is after a while, people just kind of they just like, all right, he wears a mask. So,
Well, we're also doing a show on the internet, so they just accept that you're in a mask.
yeah, I think so too. It's just they don't even question the shit. They just be like, all right, cool, that's what it is.
There's no answer. We don't get an answer. I don't get an answer.
Yeah, I'll definitely. So I will give the answer, but I will have to do that another time because
It's a long story,
Yeah.
yeah,
especially
it's,
told by Hannibal.